What's up everybody, it's King Sullivan here and I'm back with another YouTube video. So, today I got a little story time about how I met Immortal Technique. For those of you who do not know who Immortal Technique is, he's an underground rapper that made many popular songs, his biggest being Dance with the Devil. Back when I was throwing music festivals, I was looking for a rapper to come to my music festival. I knew that Immortal Technique was from the Bronx, I'm from Brooklyn, and I wanted to get him to my music festival, but I didn't really know how. So I found his management company and I contacted them, and I got back this really weird email saying, hey, I can get you Immortal Technique for X amount of dollars. Didn't really know who the person was, so I wound up calling this person and basically asking them, how do you know Immortal Technique? How are you friends with him? This guy, Mike, said that he was Immortal Technique's manager. So what I did was I was a little sketched out because before dealing with Immortal Technique, I had only dealt with talent agents, actual business emails. This guy just had a Gmail account. I thought it was really sketchy. I wasn't really sure if I could trust him or if he just wanted my money so that he could rob me. I asked him, how do you know Immortal Technique? What's your business relationship with him? And how do you know that I could definitely get him for this price? The guy on the phone said that he was his manager and that he would get me Immortal Technique for X amount of dollars. I then said to the guy, how do I know that this is real? I'm a little sketched out here. I've never spoken to you before in my life. How do I believe that you are his actual manager? He said, what would it take for you to believe me? I said, to be honest, I would need to speak to Immortal Technique myself. So I waited about 24 to 48 hours and didn't hear back from him. Once I heard back from him, he said, all right, I can get you on the line with Immortal Technique. I said, let's do this. Here's where it gets really interesting. So he called me back in about 20 minutes and he said, text on the phone, meaning Immortal Technique. I then said, hello, and Immortal Technique just went off on me. I mean, literally went off on me. He started cursing me out. The first thing he said was, listen, mother. Once I heard his voice, I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe that this is actually Immortal Technique. First of all, I was a little starstruck. Second of all, I got this big dude screaming at me who talked about in a song about how this one kid wants to be a gang banger, and what he did in the song was just outrageous. I'll leave a link to the song down below. The name of the song is Dance with the Devil. So Immortal Technique just starts going off on me, telling me how his manager is the one that handles all of this stuff, and this is why he has a manager, so that he doesn't have to get involved, all this other nonsense. And he's literally sitting there reaming me out, cursing me out, OD, going off on me, basically calling me almost every single word in the book. Let me tell you something, I was a little bit intimidated by him because I already knew who he was, what he looked like. I listened to his music, and to be perfectly honest, I was a fan. That's why I wanted him at my music festival. So we wound up actually signing a deal. I wound up working with Mike and signing a deal for the price that we had previously discussed, and came to my music festival and he shook my hand and he said, sorry, I didn't mean to go off on you like that. And I said, it's alright, man, you know, I get it. I just also wasn't sure. There's a lot of sketchy people out there. He understood as well. As the night progressed into the music festival, he performed and he did an awesome set. It was jam-packed in the tent, probably the most people I've ever had at my music festival in this tent for Immortal Technique. He performed all of his popular hits. Once his set was over, he then went upstairs and we have something called a rider for him, which basically means that certain contractual obligations that we had to do for Immortal Technique for him to come to our music festival. One of these things was buying him a bottle of Jack Daniels. So we give him the Jack Daniels and I go upstairs to the artist lounge / hospitality, and I walked up to him and told him, killed it. Come to find out that he's drinking a bottle of Jack with his boy Poison Pen, who is a huge dude. I'm talking like huge, 6'2", just a really big, brolic dude. And my mother, yes, my mother was drinking alcohol with Immortal Technique. He said, man, my fault. I didn't mean to freak out on you like that. I said, it's okay, I understand. I just had to protect my own ass. He agreed with me. He then told me, take a shot. I told him, I can't take a shot with you right now. I'm working, bro. He said, listen, mother. He said, I'm your artist. You do what I say. You're supposed to please me, correct? I said, yeah. He said, you're taking a shot with me. He wound up getting both me and my mother drunk off of his bottle of Jack Daniels that we provided for him. He actually wound up hanging out for multiple hours at my music festival. So much so that his manager wound up coming to me afterwards and saying two things that I will take to heart and honor for the rest of my life. Number one, we have never stayed at a music festival for this long. Usually we perform, we have a couple drinks, chill for an hour or two, and we're out. He stayed till the nighttime, till after all the music was over. Number two, he said, I really love the family vibe. And I'm thinking in my head, you love the family vibe? Is that because Immortal Technique just got drunk with my mother? From then on, I worked with Immortal Technique 2 more times, and it was just amazing. And still to this day, me and Tech are good friends. We do not keep in contact nearly as much as we used to because I do not host music festivals anymore, but that doesn't mean that I don't consider him a friend. I still do keep in contact with Mike from time to time, and he is just one of the nicest, most down-to-earth humans I have ever met. And then on top of that, his music is fire, and what he stands for as a person and as an artist is just amazing to me in my eyes. So if you don't know who Immortal Technique is, I'll leave all of his links in the description below, along with his most popular song, Dance with the Devil. But yes, this is how I met Immortal Technique. I got reamed out by him, cursed out by him, and it was just really interesting. I don't think if it would have happened any other way, I would have actually got to know Immortal Technique as a human as much as I do. And I think I would have only had a business relationship with him, and I definitely don't think he would have gotten me or my mother drunk. So it was really an interesting story, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. That's it, guys. My name's King Sullivan. Make sure to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe, and also make sure to follow me on all my other social medias, which are always in the description down below. Until next time, Sullivan out. Peace!